Hello everybody, it's vanburman here and welcome back to Football Manager 2017 with my Arsenal career mode. Now, in today's first game, we're coming up against Everton away, so playing at Goodison Park. Now, first thing I should mention is Sanchez picked up an injury while he was away on international duty with Chile, so he's out for 7 or so weeks, I believe, which is not great. I mean, he was just about coming back into form, or looking like he was coming back into form. So that sort of put that on halt, but I feel like there's enough strength in the team to be able to cover his absence. Also, the Ox picked up a knock as well, so that's why he's not even in or around the team for this one. He's got quite low conditioning, so decided to leave him out as well, but his was just a few days, so he'll be back relatively soon, but just not in time really to play against Everton. So I've gone for a fairly balanced team, or as balanced as possible, trying to give Telemans a bit of a run out a game. So I left him playing in the central attacking midfielder role, just to try and hopefully, let's say, get him playing some games. He's not had the most chances that he could have had otherwise. I also decided to play Ismail as well, just because I quite like him, so I'm a little bit biased to playing him, but I think he's more than suitable to play in these sort of games. The Everton match is always going to be quite difficult, I felt personally, so I didn't want to weaken the team too much, more just make one or two fairly superficial changes. So Icardi's playing up front, Walcott's in as well, and yeah, we've got quite a solid central midfield as well with Ramsey and I want to say Coquelin, but I might be wrong. I know it was Coquelin against PSG, but I can't remember who it was in this one. So the thing to mention about this particular game is that I felt that Everton played really well. They made things very difficult. Jagielka especially defended really well, and they had one or two good chances. There's not too many in here. I've just selected the key moments. So it gives us the first goal from Mustafi, corner kick from Theo. That was not good defending. I mean, the two goals that Everton conceded, that's a bit of a spoiler, but the two goals that Everton conceded, they didn't defend well at all from. But just in general play, they were very good at stopping our balls in the final third. Unfortunately, they didn't really look too much of a threat. A lot of their attack came from the wings, and we managed to, stop that quite easily. I don't get why this is a particular key highlight. Not much happened there. This one here, I believe, is the goal. Yeah, it came out and Ismail put a really nice ball across. I mean, once again, bad defending. The keeper probably could have come for that, but Ramsey put that away, and it was fairly comfortable after the second goal, but up until that point it was really competitive, and I thought, Everton were looking like there was always a chance they could nick a draw off it, but there you go. Mustafi obviously got man of the match. He played really well in defence and also got his goal from the header. So that gave us the win overall. It was a fairly solid performance, really. And Tottenham won their match, so we're pretty much as you were. Now we come to our final match of the episode against PSG, and this one basically is a decider for the group if one team wins over the other. So this one's quite important, I would say. Finishing top does obviously give you should give you an advantage in the draw, but it's not a given, to be honest. I wanted to play all the players that were on yellow cards, so Francis Coquelin came into this game, and just if any of them get booked, then they're banned for one match, which will be the one against Basel, which is coming up at some point. So, that one's obviously not as important if they miss that, but then they will be free again for the knockout round. Santi Cazorla did come back in. I played Lucas on the wing. I was sort of debating whether or not to play Giroud instead of Icardi, just because with a sort of half an eye towards the Manchester City game that's coming up. But I decided to go for quite a strong team because it is PSG and it is at the Parc des Princes, so you need to make sure you're putting out a team that's going to fight for the game. Now, in my opinion, PSG in this game were by far the better team. Coquelin played really well. He had Ozil in his back pocket the whole game, Ben Arthur did get man of the match, so that might be a bit of an indication as to what went on, but he was really effective from that left-hand side. I don't know whether Ryan Sessegnon would have played better there than Gibbs, but it was only one or two opportunities that he got, just there, getting between the centre-back and the left-back, which left us a bit exposed. Probably would have liked to have seen Ramsey and Coquelin help out a bit more with that, but it wasn't to be. And luckily, brought Paslak on, stuck Walcott on the left, and Paslak put in a great cross over to Theo, which he duly put away, which was nice. And they levelled things up for us. I think we had a chance. I don't even know who had this chance. Oh yeah, Theo, straight at trap. And then I think we may have had one more before the end. Yeah, it was Icardi getting away. It was a bit of a speculative effort, to be fair, this one. And I couldn't really ever see it going in, from the corner of the box like that. But he did hit the netting on the top of the goal. So it was, worth a punt, worth a shot. But really tight game. I thought PSG probably slightly edged it, if I'm being totally honest, but it was competitive enough. And yeah, that leaves us top of the group on goal difference, and we've just got to outscore them now when we play Basel and they play Club Brugge. So there's a slight addendum, seeing as the episode only had two games in it this time. I thought we'd go through some of the other stuff that's been going on, sort of maybe behind the scenes that we've not really shone too much light onto, and stuff like, for example, how the loan guys are getting on, which is obviously quite interesting and something which I actually haven't looked up completely. I've been following some people as they've been going on, like Dolberg and Zivkovic, but I've not actually seen how well the guys are doing overall. So just looking at the average rating for the guys, Tukama Asano, or yeah, however you want to pronounce his name, he seems to be doing the best at the minute in terms of his average rating. He's not scored a huge amount of goals, but he's been doing okay. Maya's been doing alright as well. Obviously, he is there for the full season. As long as he stays injury-free, he will probably come to us looking quite good. Jack's been playing a good few amount of games and doing quite well. Now, in regards to Dolberg, he seems to score most games. Obviously, he's played 13 and scored 7, but he's also been picked for the Danish national team as well. So he's sort of he came off the bench in one game, started from the other, scored 1 goal in 2 games for them. So he has been doing really well. Although the only thing that was slightly concerning me is that his stats were showing a decline rather than an increase. But I don't really know what that was all about. Zivkovic has been doing okay as well, but he picked up an injury, so he is out for 2-3 more weeks with a broken arm, which is a bit of a pain, but these things happen. Everyone sort of under here has not been performing massively well. Niles, who I really like, Malan Niles, he's been mainly playing in the under-23s, unfortunately, which has been a bit of a pain. I'd have liked to have seen him feature more for Derby, if I'm totally honest. But some of these players, I'm not too fussed about. They're really just on loan to basically get them out of the club. Like Yaya Sanogo, can't really see Akpom coming back and playing any sort of real role, or Dan Crowley, basically most of the guys. But it is good to see, if they do well, then it's good. But it's more just about them getting playing time more than anything, I think. So I do want to try and get Nelson and Mullen out on loans. Hopefully, productive loans where they'll be playing week in, week out, which seems to be quite difficult to do. And the other thing I've been thinking of as well is that it seems like Ryan Sessegnon is going to basically take over from Gibbs shortly. I don't really see Gibbs being able to keep his spot in the team for a massive amount longer, in terms of actually being the first team player. I see Kieran Gibbs dropping to be in the backup and Ryan taking over, just because, look at the stats, they're extremely similar right now, and Ryan's only 16, so I'm really excited by this guy. He looks really good thus far, so I'm quite impressed with that. Anyway, I have probably gone on way too long for the end of this episode. Yeah, I can tell that by the amount of time it says. But I just thought that, given the fact I've only got two games in this one, I just give a talk about other things and what I've been thinking in regards to the game. But yes, thanks for watching, everybody, and as always, I will see you all on the next one. Goodbye.